Hello guys, how you doing? How are you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Hello. We have a lot to talk today. Today is critical thinking, critical talking. Okay, it's about is is the deportation of African immigrants really a cleansing for South Africa? That's the topic of today. Now, welcome to my live stream. I'm Ayuk David, and this is Sit with Ayuk David. I talk about trending stuff and the most important trending stuff right now that I talk about is about this South African tension, the xenophobic tension in South Africa, and the march movement, which has, been championing the deportation of immigrants from South Africa, which is for illegal immigrants, but emotions have taken over the South Africans and they want immigrants to leave, whether you're documented or not documented. So that's what is happening now. And it's quite unfortunate that many people have been hurt due to this, this movement. Shops have been closed down, many shops were destroyed, and also many businesses have been closed down. Many have gone unemployed who are South Africans, and also some lost their lives. So it's quite unfortunate that it happened. But now the topic of today is the deportation of Africans. These children are making noise. Hey, oh, les enfants. Là-bas, non. Je vais vous chasser là-bas, je vais vous chasser hors de là-bas. Vous avez compris? J'écoute encore quelqu'un qui est en train de bavarder là-bas en jouant. Je vais vous chasser hors de là-bas. C'est compris? Jouez tranquillement, sans bruit. Okay, sorry for that. In my compound, I have some children who comes here to play and they are making noise. This is Douala. I'm in Douala, Cameroon. In Cameroon, we speak both English and French. So I'm in the French part of Cameroon where I live. I'm from the southwest. Okay, Cameroon has 10 regions. Okay, 8 regions are made of the 2 regions is made up of the Anglophones, and I'm from one of the regions, which is the southwest region, and the second region is the northwest region, and the other 8 regions are from the francophone side. So we have 10 regions, and I'm in one of the region, which is the littoral region, which is close to the southwest. Okay, and they are the coastal people. We are in the coastal area. So we have Cameroon have 3 coastal regions. You have southwest where I'm from, the southwest region where I'm from, and we have also the littoral region, and we also have the southern region, which is also part of the coastal region. So now I proceed. South Africa advocates or the activists who are activating for immigrants to leave. Now the question I ask is the leaving of these immigrants really clean South Africa, as the march leaders say that they want to cleanse their land, that all the immigrants should leave, they want to cleanse their land? Will their leaving, their deportation, bring cleansing to South Africa? I will answer the question in my own way. Hello, thank you for joining. I can see some people, many of them. Thank you for joining my live stream. This is Ayuk David, and you are sitting with me to talk about this issue. Now, I want to say this: South Africa is not a bad country as a country, but we have so many folks who are not of good intent, who are South Africans, and those who are also of good intent, who are South Africans, and also there are foreigners who are there who have not of good intention to South Africans, and there are those who have good intentions for South Africans. So it's an open world where anyone can think what they want to think, but your thought or your philosophy should not hinder the progress of another or to hurt another. So I will proceed of what I was talking about. South Africa cannot be cleansed because of the absence of immigrants. You're getting the point now. So the deportation of immigrants from South Africa is not what will cleanse South Africa. As the March and March movement, the anti-immigrant leaders, what they say, it will reduce the number of immigrants who are in South Africa. It will also cause the jobs that South Africans are demanding to have, that immigrants have taken their jobs. It will make some of the South Africans to be employed. Hi, thank you for joining. Thank you. Hi. So now the truth is, no, people say we South African do the job. I also say we South African do the jobs that immigrants have left. Yes, some of them will do, some of them will not do. That's the truth. The fact here is not all South Africans are skillful to do what those foreigners were doing. And there are many, many South Africans who are very skillful to do more than what immigrants are doing. South Africa is for South Africans, not for Africans from other country, or for the whites from different country. It's for South Africans who are whether they are black or they are white, whether they are Indians or they are Chinese. South Africa is for South Africans. That's the first thing that everybody need to understand. You are coming into South Africa is to add up to their progress, not to bring down their progress. You as a foreigner coming to South Africa is to make sure that South Africa top up in every of the industry, any of the sector that they have, that is boosting the economy of South Africa, not to bring it down. Now I proceed. Is the leaving of or the departure of foreigners in South Africa from South Africa cleanse the land? It will not cleanse the land, because they are living. Some of them are living with their jobs. Some of them are living with their skills. Some of them are living with their with that they brought. Okay, and also it will cleanse the land. Aspect that many of them that have left will create opportunities for other South Africans who do not have to have. Now, there's also this issue. Those foreigners in South Africa, they are up to 3 million. Up to 3 million foreigners in South Africa that are from different African countries. And also, out of those that are from different African countries and from other countries. Remember now, they are Pakistanis, okay, or it's Afghanistans who were brought in, that President Ramaphosa allowed to come to South Africa to live there. Those are also part of foreigners. Now the Africans have left. They are living. Will the South African government, manage the Pakistanis, manage the Arabs that are there? What if these guys also cause another wave of what the South Africans will say, okay, we don't want the Pakistanis. Remember, every immigrant that come to a country want to live a better life. So the Africans and the Pakistanis, the Indians and the Chinese that are there, they want to live a better life in South Africa. That's why they came there to live. So people living does not clean the land. It's the land, the people that have to clean themselves. They have to clean their mindset, clean the way they think, clean the way they see each other, clean the way they collaborate, they live with each other. Now, if the people of the land, okay, are into dubious activities, eventually they will introduce the foreigners into those dubious activities. Now, I heard one time what Jacinta Gumbeze Zuma was saying, that there's drugs, and even Fekala said foreigners are into drugs and they are doing crazy things. All those. If the South Africans were not into drugs, the word South Africans is not correct. But if some South Africans were not into drugs, the foreigners will not even have that mind to do it. If South Africans were not into crimes, South Africans were not into crimes that are friends to these foreigners, most foreigners will not do it because they'll be afraid. Watch Sweden. That's Sweden. We know Sweden. That's where the now Sweden, the Swedish people, have you ever heard that there's crime? There have ever been crimes in Sweden? There have never been any crime there because the way they put their culture. If you come as a foreigner, you find it difficult to commit the crime or to engage into any kind of activities. Now, the Swedish government passed a law of moral conduct to the Nigerians. It was passed concerning the Nigerians, and they said every Nigerian is under that law. You must have a moral way of living. No fighting, no quarreling, no stealing, no kidnapping, no stealing, no kidnapping. And it concerns the Nigerians. Are you getting the point now? So now Nigerians know that they cannot do anything then, any nonsense thing. They know that they cannot do it there, because the law forbid them to act that way. Now South Africans have encouraged foreigners, to get into crimes, as they are, as many of them are rather. The crimes wave in South Africa, okay, it's not because of foreigners. No, it's not because of foreigners. Foreigners and those who love it engage into it, and they started living like the South Africans. That's what is happening. Okay, and now South Africans are finding hard now to and finding hard to deal with them. And the government also, I can say the government also is for the match and match movement, because they have complaints. This one has happened by foreigner. This one has happened because of a foreigner. And I heard some Nigerians saying, when you go to the police to report a case of South Africans who attack them, they will ask them, what are you doing? What are you doing in my country? Don't you have a country? You see, that is now is something that is crazy. There are many South Africans who are into things that are not good. That is why there should be compromisation. The government of South Africa should also compromise with the people there. They need to know to put things together and make things work right. South Africans are not bad people. They will never be. The Africans, foreigners who are there, they are not bad people. They will never be. But there are people among them who are not of good intention. That's what it is. That's what it is. Okay, we cannot drive away. You cannot drive away all foreigners and think that, you are doing the cleansing. No, we are not doing the cleansing, because there are those foreigners who contribute to the economy. There are those foreigners who have now become family with South Africans. Okay, they are. In every country, there are those group of people who are for crimes. Whether you do what, they are for crimes. They just like criminal acts. They just like it. You cannot change it. But now the government and the people, and I want to applaud the South Africans. You people are doing well. Your movement, your anti-immigrant movement, is a good one. It's a very good one. Many of you South Africans have been victim to foreigners who have hurt you guys so badly. So badly. So I think it's a good one. But please, be tolerant. Be patient. Be merciful to foreigners. The hurting of foreigners, foreign businesses, and their lives is not what will make the cleansing. The way people have put pressure on the government to the extent that the Minister of Justice was saying the number of people that have left South Africa, who are from Malawi, who are from Nigeria, who are from Ghana, from Congo, shows that you are doing very well. But there should be no looting. There should be no hurting and beating, flogging of foreigners on the street. Okay, they should be known. The police should come there to wherever they see foreigners, or to their hostels, that arrest those who are foreigners who don't have documents and send them back home. Okay, but before they go back home, whatever they have as documents, please let them carry along. Whatever they have as money, please let them take the money along. They work for it. It's theirs. They work for it. So don't just arrest them and send them back without them recovering their income, their money, and whatsoever. If they have a business, please put them in your custody. Make a way for them to have the business or the shop or the business, sold, so that they can recover their money and go back home. That's the best thing to do. Are you getting the point now? So if at all people are not, of good faith, they will not want to do things right. That's why see South Africans are now in every energy of theirs and strength to make sure that foreigners leave South Africa, because the South Africans are now, sometimes I watch. It's funny. I'll make a video about it. Okay, a South African was interviewed. It's just asking. We were told that we know that South Africans are lazy. And what can I say about it? He said yes, South Africans have to be lazy because their country is their country, so they can eat anytime, they can do what they want to do anytime. They don't. It's their country. He said, so the foreigners who come here is not their country. They came here to work, so they have to be hardworking so that they can go back to their country, go back to their country successful. He said there are many South Africans in different countries in the world, and they are very hardworking. There are many South Africans in different countries, and that's the truth. And he said they are very hardworking. So they cannot, South African cannot go to different man country and think he will so sit, and live a wonderful life as it is in South Africa. No, he said has to work hard, and that's the truth. There's no way you can be in your country and you expect to work as a foreigner. No. But the foreigner comes to do everything to get money so he can go back home and take care of the family or himself and whatever. That's what it is. And every South African is not lazy. No, no, no. So those are the insults, that foreigners has been using rather on the South Africans that has prompted them to get to the street and say enough is enough, people have to leave. Taking away their wives and taking away their lands, they say no, people have to leave. And it's something that, South Africans are sure they have tolerated it for years, and they said this time there's no way we are going to let you guys be. No way, you're not going to let you be. And that way it has provoked so many, so many questioning. And the government this time must make sure that there's peace in the land and there's peace. So I think South African people are doing well. You are doing very well. Demonstrating is the fundamental right of every citizen in every country. Every citizen has to come out to protest for a change, but peaceful ones, not destroying and looting people, businesses, hurting people, or using it to pay for payback. No, go to the street, carry placards, write stuff. We want change. We want new reforms. We want this and this that is not good in the country to stop. Okay, we want it peacefully. You do it peacefully, you do it morally, you do it with the mind as of a human being, and that's the government will even love you people. They will even protect you people. Okay, so that's what every human being should do in every country if they are going out for a protest. Martin Luther King Jr., he was out on the street for a protest against the prejudice and against the segregation in America that was against the blacks by the white. So he was against that, and it was done peacefully and wonderfully. So please, South Africans, you are cleaning the land, but the cleansing must not end with foreigners. The cleansing has to be more with you guys. Fetch up those your brothers and sisters, who are patronizing crimes and all those, evil things in the country, the drugs and all those things, and make sure that the government deal with them in a way that they will punish for it, and by so doing, others will learn, and they will not want to get into crimes or whatsoever. Because the cleansing is not about the departure of foreigners; it's about the change of minds, change of behavior, change of ways of doing, change of treating one another. Okay, that's what the cleansing is all about. And when this is done, South Africa will be a wonderful country again. And it is a very wonderful country. There are many things there. There are good infrastructure, good educational system. There's money, there's resources, there's tourism there. Very beautiful. Many churches are there and they are good, they are doing well. Many businesses and foreigners are there. They are living well, they are living big, and they are doing good. That is what it is. South Africa is not just a country for Africans as well. That is what it is. So we cannot, see it and say no, condemning South Africans. Why are you chasing away foreigners? Why you don't want foreigners to live in your country? They know the problem they have. South Africans know the problem they have, and they want to change, and they want a change rather, and they want a solution to their crisis. That's why they're out protesting. But now they overdid it to the extent that people were hot, businesses were hot, and that's where every African now say no, this is xenophobic and it's too much, it's not good. And I stand to say it's not good. But you're right, you have to protest for a change. We know that there are many foreigners who are into bad things. We know that. And they are also friends with South Africans who are into bad things. So the cleansing of South Africa is not just the departure of foreigners alone, but it's also about the cleansing of the people of South Africa, their mindset, the stopping of crimes, by South Africa who have been committed by South Africans. That's what it is. If South Africans are not into crimes, then foreigners will not get into it. And if South Africans who are into crimes do not stop by the reforms or by the strategy that the government, the policy that the government will use, okay, due to the pressure from the March and March, then there's no way South Africa will just continue. The crime will instead increase because now most of the people who were working for the foreigners, they have left. Okay, rather they have become unemployed. The foreigners have left. Businesses have been shut down, and some of them, might get angry and understand. So, and things will not be well. Thing might not be going well for them, and you know, they want to to get some. Some might want to get into crimes, and to do things that they can have some food to eat. So that's what it is. Please, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Please, I need your comment. Okay, share with me your idea about the cleaning. Is what it is that South Africans by chasing away foreigners. We literally clean the land. We did clean South Africa. We the South African be cleansed, and also we lead serve as a way for South Africans to know what they can do to live a wonderful life, without the foreigners, because most of them now have been employed by foreigners who are not blacks, who are not from other African black countries. Okay, mostly by whites, because the whites are not even into the chasing that you should leave South Africa, and that's what it is. That's what it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining, and it's just a wonderful thing to see how the people are fighting. President Cyril Ramaphosa said that South Africa as a state is not xenophobic, and it's a wonderful claim and it's good. So the South Africans are not South Africa as a state not xenophobic. And South Africa also he said South Africa is not xenophobic, and it's wonderful. So thank you. That's all I have for you guys today. I will see you again later. Thank you so much for joining my life, and see you in the next one.